So now in comes RK.
So you decide we're going to RK. p-uni was also on that tour.
Yes. Oh yeah. No, they're not.
Oh, they're not?
They're not on the tour.
Oh, they're on the one next year.
Okay. So we decided, like, guys, let's find a way to convert all these people, but still maintain us. So between that time, one of the gigs in LD, but it wasn't within the tour, just a separate gig, we were with p-uni. So we're there jamming, after the gig, just hanging around, even during the gig. The whole time we're just together. And they were like our big brothers at that point. And then Gentleman, the idea came for the song Gentleman. And so we're like, okay, this is going to be a banger. Let's do it. Let's go to RK. Because RK at that time knows the sound for the Kenyan people. It's like, okay, great. Let's go to RK. So we all, I think it was like the next week, or Monday or Tuesday, we're in RK studio. We record Gentleman.
So this is your first time in studio with a different producer?
Completely.
And now you are watching. You're not here to give him advice. You have to be schooled.
You have to be schooled. Even me, I was there just like, okay, I just want to learn and see, this is what is done. Okay, cool. So he just made up the track immediately, because it was like, it's a template really, but not a template. Like he knows exactly where to go, what to play, what instruments to put together. And the track was made within 10 minutes or less. We already knew this is the kind of beat we want. This is it. And then p-uni trapped. We did the chorus. The song was out. Huge. Like, blew the airwaves completely.
Who did that video? Who shot that video?
Gentleman was shot by Lucas.
Ogopa? Okay.
Sauti Sol. I'm a gentleman. I'm a gentleman. Healthy na kunywa get my vitamins. Mgenge sipenda get my vitamin. Don't go fresh. Napiga shawa na dunge meresh. Most buga si naga trash. Acha my skin tone high naga raw. Shiz, I like your mini skirt. Relax, sipenda get my shortcut. The more nakana mimi, the more wana kuhetu. Ko setu, ko fresh. Kaspel kako ko kampo wana mo ed. Mademu wangu si wachapi sweep. Milk chase now zip. Chekini nimefunga zip. Wenyambie sinani. Anakujaga na nani kwa nani. Nasikiaga na mpiaga nini kwa nini. Leo wewe umedunga kamini bila nini. Usiulize nini, usiulize minini. I'm a gentleman, yes I am. Nipate baby kwenye bar. Uliza shorty what you drinking. You know you're rolling with a gentleman. Now uliza utapewa nini. Nipate baby kwenye bar. Uliza shorty what you drinking. You know you're rolling with a gentleman. Now uliza utapewa nini.
Hey yo, ladies and gentlemen, introducing Flash of the gentleman, madam wananipenda. Oh yeah, I'm a ladies man. Always niko kazi, so yeah, I'm a businessman. Wananitaka Flash, yeah, the Superman. Jua toto niko nao, niwe Superman. Nikiwa kwenye bar, venye miuka, venye miuva, ay, swaga balam. Baby unakunywa nini? Pewa unachotaka kwani iko nini? Pose, si atina kukatia. Baniki kupata siwezi mind pia. Baby unakunywa nini? Pewa unachotaka kwani iko nini? Pose, si atina kukatia. Baniki kupata siwezi mind pia.
Siwezi mind mama. Nipate baby kwenye bar. Uliza shorty what you drinking mama. You know you're rolling with a gentleman. Now uliza utapewa nini. Nipate baby kwenye bar. Uliza shorty what you drinking mama. You know you're rolling with a gentleman. Now uliza utapewa nini.
Yeah, it was shot in like 40 minutes. At a casino on Mombasa Road. I don't know, I've forgotten the name of the casino. Because they were about to open. Because you know casino opens like at 4 p.m. or something. And things were delaying on our side, styling and everything. Like we hadn't had our stuff together, put our stuff together at that point. So we only had like less than an hour to shoot the video. Video shot, edited, out I think the next week.
Are you under Penya this time? when
No.
all this is happening?
No.
Okay.
So Penya is done.
Okay, let's first. Hey, there's so much. but I want to understand. So, what makes you begin exiting Penya?
It was like, how do I say? So Ninka wanted to move back home. Yeah. So Penya itself was just transforming into something else, into Sauti Academy. So it was just morphing into Sauti Academy, and we had kind of outgrown the whole system at that point, and we just had to now find a different way. Still work together in a way, but just get out of it, and they were okay with it.
So now, when you do, are you still in talking terms?
Yeah, of course. Even now, all the time.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
so it wasn't a beef leaving.
No, it wasn't.
So you guys, you were solo. This black man thing backfired.
Yeah.
You got Jambi. Jambi was wonderful, and then suddenly next level
Penya.
you got Penya.
Yeah.
So now
We are independent now completely.
Now you go. It's the four of you.
Just the four of us. Now sometimes I'm picking up calls. Someone's picking up calls. Oh, you're being called for a gig. Okay, you have to manage it. Blah blah blah. Then we had so Ninka kind of transitioned us to have Natalie as our management, which I think we
Natalie
did for
being
like,
who?
Natalie is Sauti Academy.
Oh, okay.
Natalie
Okay.
Lukana.
Yes.
Good friend of ours. So we did for like 6 months or less than a year, if I'm not wrong. I hope I'm right. And then it also didn't work out great at that point. And then we had now jumping from manager to manager sometimes. We had like maybe 2 or 3 people that we were working with at that point. Anyiko was always with us. But
Anyiko
from
was
the beginning.
on PR level.
Yes,
She
PR.
started as
No, PR. She never managed us, but she was always like, Anyiko was always with us, always helping us.
Yeah.
Anyiko opened our first Facebook page.
Yeah, like
As you know it now, it's Anyiko who opened. So, yeah, she was always in our team in a way.
Okay.
But other people are coming and going.
So while you're transitioning out of Penya is when you're also transitioning into this new sound.
Yes.
So Penya were not with you during Safaricom Live?
No.
Okay, so what? So
that was now the part.
Okay.
So Safaricom Live, we negotiated it ourselves. And Moriasi, I forget Moriasi. Moriasi has been there from the beginning.
And let me say, no, but guys don't know who Moriasi is. He's the hidden other member of Sauti Sol who handles business affairs.
Yes, and legal. Yes.
So Moriasi has always been with you guys.
Always.
Even with Jambi was there.
Always. He's been there always. He was our legal. He's the one who opened our registered Sauti Sol Entertainment. He's always been there. So we negotiate this contract literally ourselves. The live Safaricom Live one.
Yo.
So now we are.
And let me say, that probably was your biggest paycheck ever. How did that feel?
In our careers, yes, it was. It felt great.
Because it's millions. Let's just hit. You had not made millions like that.
Never. It's completely transitioned our lives.
Hold on. Let me just take some water.
No worries. Lomongia sana.
I'm so interested in this story. What? So, I need to ask this. From a pay structure, you're getting this millions of shillings from Safaricom. How does it work? Because you're young, or not, you're not even just young. You're not as mature as you are right now. So, how did that whole system work with the four of you?
So we actually asked to be paid in installments for us to be able to manage the money properly. So we asked to be paid in installments, and it worked. It was still like big money at that point, and that is when all of us actually got our first cars, like not expensive cars, like $500,000 cars worth cars. I fixed my dad's old car to be now my car. Savara did the same. Chimano got a nice small car, just for movement, to make movement easy.
And are you living all in one house at this time?
Yes, we're living in Buruburu Massive, phase 3, right opposite Tuskies. That's where we're living, the four of us, in a 3-bedroom house though, and it's 4 of us. So Chimano used to live in the living room. We made a partition for him in the living room. That's what I used to say, because he used to watch TV all the time, and it was just always there. Like, okay, you're fine, you stay there, you're fine. Yeah. So we used to live in Buru together at that point. So slowly, we were very careful, knowing that this is money that could disappear very easily if you're not careful. So we just managed ourselves really well and changed the structures, and we're paying ourselves salaries.
That's now when you entered salaries.
Yes, around that time. That's when we went to salaries. Now we're like, yeah, we need to be very careful with this money.
Okay.
It's not even much. By like in 2 years that money can be over.
Can I ask what it was? Was it a 5M, a 3M, a 10M?
Around, yeah. Can I remember? Around 5, if I'm not wrong. All of it together, but it's across
months.
It's across almost a year.
That was sharp.
Yeah.
That was very sharp.
Across almost a year. So that's when you get your first.
So Mauricio is with you at this time, or who's collecting your checks? It's him.
It was being paid.
Okay, remind us even the Safaricom, because you're still getting small gigs at that time.
So we didn't
corporate gigs.
We didn't. So yeah, that's when actually Moriasi opened an account. But before that, we used to pay through Chimano's account.
Yeah.
Because they're like, yeah, it has to be one of us. Yeah, let's just Chimano, you get the money.
Yeah, because I was hearing Moriasi the other day when we're together. He was saying Sauti Sol will be 10 years registered.
Yes, that's around the Safaricom lifetime, because it was such big money at that point that we needed to,
tax and things like that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Very, very interesting. Hey, I love this. Okay, so P-Unit. P-Unit come, you guys do
so
Gentleman.
We do Gentleman, and we record the video, and the song is pop as possible. Nipate baby kwenye bar. Uliza shorty what you drinking. Like, it's super straight up pop. But people love it, So it's like sometimes you think that maybe the fans will come at you and you're singing cheap lyrics or whatever.
But some guys weren't there. Some guys were like that.
Of course. Yeah.
Some of your core fans were there like, these
they're
guys now.
There. Yeah, they're there, of course. You know how when you discover a new act or artist, and then they evolve into something else, and then you're like, yeah, I used to love this old one. But that now was our way of trying to find ourselves, to find that balance between being pop and still being Sauti.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was an attempt at that. And it kept getting better and better.
Let me ask you, for you, I can understand, for you this must have been difficult. You're not there sitting holding a guitar.
Yeah,
What's your role?
Yeah, so now for Gentleman,
you didn't
for
even
example,
produce that.
No, I had not started production at that point. So I was present in the session, but I really didn't do much for that song. For Gentleman, I didn't do anything for that song. I didn't do much, to be honest. So now my role came now when we're performing and directing and stuff. But it was perfectly okay, because even what people don't realize is not every Sauti Sol song has every Sauti Sol member.
It's true.
And that's when we started realizing that when we started recording Live and Die in Africa. Well, like, it's perfectly song if Chimano sings a whole song from beginning to end, because it suits him. It's perfectly okay if Bien sings a whole song from beginning to end, or Savara, and that's why you have Live and Die in Africa. All of it is Savara, the song. But people don't notice.
Actually,
people don't notice, because it's like, it's Sauti Sol, it's fine. It's okay. But Live and Die, the whole song is Savara.
Rich. It's true.
Kiss Me Now, all of it is Bien. All of it. But we're still Sauti. And all of us will appear in the video.
That is so cool.
So
did you ever fight about this? Did you ever fight that I don't have a verse? Did you ever fight that?
No. So at that point, I think we had a very mature conversation when we were doing Live and Die in Africa, which you can get to. Is that
before Live and Die in Africa, there are a few hit singles, but you can't steal the one,
bro. Still on, everyone is on there.
No, I'm saying we can't just jump into Live and Die.
Hey, has a story for days. For days, but it's just maturity, to be honest.
Okay.
And
so
understanding
you didn't feel
everyone's
insecure?
value. No.
You just knew this is what the L I need to take.
Yeah.
And by the L I mean the learning.
Yeah.
I need to take.
Oh, that's nice.
For the group
that's
to
nice.
get to. Yeah, I know even me. I'm like. For the group to get to evolve to the next stage.
Sometimes you don't have to force yourself into something. You already know your value. You
Uh-huh.
already know your value, and you're confident in your value. And the four of us know that. Everyone knows their value. So sometimes it's just, it doesn't fit in, or it will sound awkward. And everyone already knows it's Sauti Sol. So
Yeah.
it's not that now that you'll sit back and not do anything. But you always know that this would be really perfect for me. Or even we tell each other, I can tell Chimano, this song is yours. It's perfect for you. Or, you know, I tell Savara or Bien, add a verse here at the end, you know, something like that. So it just depends on, every song is so different.
I was in Chit Chat, and that's what my first understanding of group dynamics.
Yeah.
Like my own day used to kill hooks.
Yeah.
Like I don't have to be, but I'm coming from being a solo artist.
Yes.
To understanding that each person plays a role, even if you don't see them.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I also know that the audience can throw their own pressure on you. So I wanted to know, like for you, sometimes did you used to feel the audience's pressure?
Not necessarily. As in, my character is very, how do I put it? Once I know my value, I really don't care what other people
I get it.
Say. And I love being, like, even in the background, I'm not the kind of in your face, like, you know, this is what I did, this is what I do.
Yeah.
You know, to tap my chest or anything. It's like,
you're confident
I
in
understand
yourself.
my value, I'm confident in myself. Everyone understands their value in the band, everyone understands each other's value. So it's like, it works perfectly well. This is how it's going to be. It's perfectly well. I really don't need to get validation.
How did you guys get there? And I ask this just because I know groups like NSYNC, groups like Backstreet Boys.
Yeah.
This was some huge issues.
Yeah.
You get who's taking the first verse was an issue.
Yeah.
So how did you guys get to that place where you're I feel like you guys blocked exterior forces. It's like you sat down and agreed or something.
But we were never not there in the first place.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, that's powerful, homie. Okay.
We were never not there in the first place because we have always been about what works best for who. That's it.
You know why I love that? Even now with your own solo projects, I feel like the solo projects are a way to help Sauti Sol. I don't feel like the solo projects are a way for guys to go solo.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes. And you're perfectly right. That's exactly it. Because that's the end goal. And you'd want people to see everyone's strength individually, or, you know, just what it is they do, their value. But even for us internally, what it's doing for us, it's massive. Because you're getting to a point where you're in your element where you are expressing yourself to the maximum without
fully.
any inhibitions in terms of, okay, maybe let me let someone else do this. You know, and it's not that letting them is taking anything away from you, but it's just you feel more expressive in doing what it is that you want to do. And now what that does is, now once we now get back to doing Sauti Sol stuff, it's going to be fire because everyone is just in their element.
They are 100% exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, this is just so deep. Altar call, hey guys, the M-PESA thing right now. You need Sadaka. Okay, so you drop this monster of a banger, Gentleman, very different, gain a whole new audience, to be honest. Whole new guys begin to fall in love with you. Lose maybe a few guys. But not really lose because they came back. And
they always come back.
Yes.
Always come back. And also what Gentleman did also is, it's two groups coming together that have completely different fans. Completely. So we're literally elevating each other.
Yeah.
You know.
I was saying the other day, I was watching an interview of Ethic Entertainment on Churchill. Actually, yesterday.
Yeah.
And I was like, these guys, they need to think of doing a collab with Sauti Sol.
Yeah.
Because it will grow them. It will introduce them to a new market. Exactly. I know the same thing. Yeah. So I was just like, man, that would be so.
And also it's unexpected. So people are like, what? Like, how is it going to sound? You know, so the curiosity is already so high that the song will blow up the first week.
Exactly.
Just by curiosity.
And I'm sure there's jams you've done for that curiosity. Willie Paul, Sauti Sol.
Yeah. I was like, how is this going to sound? How? Yeah, but also sometimes just you get the right vibe with the artist and you just do and see how it goes. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But it's perfectly fine. That's how life is.
Willy Paul, Sauti Sol. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Savara,
Teddy B.
Baby, najua kweli unataka, hata nami at some point wanga nataka. Niko na baba ndani ya maisha, inabidi niombe nipate self control, kesho tusipatane na bad control. I feel it in my heart, I feel it in my soul. Tukiweka Mungu mbele hata take control. Isiwe story, hii mambo ni ngori. Maisha si movie, usije kesho ukasema wow. You better take it, take it, take it, take it, take it slow. You better take it, take it, take it, take it, take it slow. Maisha si riaso, ukiandika wezi kanso. Take it, take it, take it, take it, take it slow. Pole, 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 pole. Bio sakafuni mwisho ni ukingoni. Vijana na madremu tawachafuta lini. Mama nalia yeah. She's so worried, yeah.
Sani kama tumekwama, kimo cha maisha sani Instagrama. Tukibishana na swaga, mali ya kuwazima ikiwaka. Na sayo ndo story, imambo ni ngori. Malaika wa binguni, uje.
You better take it, take it, take it, take it, take it slow. You better take it, take it, take it, take it, take it slow. Maisha siri haso, ukiandika wezi kanso. You better take it, take it, take it, take it, take it slow.
Okay, now we are going to start talking about jams.
Yes.
Okay, so Gentleman comes out, without a doubt, it does what you asked, which was penetration and pop.
Yeah.
It gets played in the club heavy. Without it feeling out of place.
Heavy.
And not played in the club the way Soma would be played, but played in the club the way Yani, name it, Dr. Dre or somebody would be played.
Yeah.
Like it flows very well.
Yeah.
After that, is that where Still the One comes?
No. Money Lover.